Pep Fernandez on the mic tonight. High school football under those Friday lights. Corona, Riverside, Redlands in the frame. You kite for Miranda, they all bring the game. From first whistle to the final score, every big play keeps you coming back for more. The stands are packed, the pride runs deep. Inland Empire never misses sleep. Wednesday night, 7:05, you know the whole town comes alive. Every drive, every tackle, every cheer, Pep got the hottest seat in here. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, #1, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, Pep Fernandez runs the show. Riverside brings heat, Redlands grinding every fourth down beat. UK but makes a stand, Miranda stays tall. One region, one heartbeat, we love it all. He breaks it down plain, he calls it true. Every team gets a spotlight view. If you want the pulse of the inland scene, Pep's got the place where the story's seen. Wednesday night, 7:05, you know the whole town comes alive. Every drive, every tackle, every cheer, Pep got the hottest seat in here. The Inland Sports Show, #1, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, Pep Fernandez runs the show. Pep Fernandez runs the show. From the valley to the hills, every rival, every thrill. Hear the name and you already know. Pep Fernandez steals the show. Steals the show. Steals the show. Steals the show. Show. Pep Fernandez runs the show. The Inland Sports Show. The Inland Sports Show. #1, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show. The Inland Sports Show. Pep Fernandez runs the show.
welcome to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez, live and amplified here on Wednesday night. We are going into the summer months, but we still got a lot to talk about. We still got a lot to do. We're really going to hit hard high school football the next couple of weeks and months as we get ready for the 2026 season, which is really right around the corner. And I know a lot of teams are doing the 7-on-7 and lineman competitions right now. Dead period for a lot of teams would be like the end of June or early July. Then once they get back, it's right into week 0. So, and Beaumont, they're going to be in Hawaii again. So they got a week 00, as they would call it. I think it's like August 13th or something like that. So Beaumont will be the first team out of the gate playing an out-of-state opponent, Hawaii again. So anyways, we're going to get to a lot of football in the coming weeks. But today, we're going to check in just a moment with a multi-CIF state champion. That is Braelyn Combe from Santiago High School. The Sharks bringing home the championship in the 800, the 1600, and the 4x800 relay this season. We're also going to check in with CBU softball star Miranda DeNava. She transferred from Cal to CBU, and it was a historic season for her and the team. WAC Pitcher of the Year, set a single-season strikeout record at CBU, and got them to the NCAA tournament for the very first time, where they almost beat UCLA. They should have beat UCLA, so we'll talk with Miranda in just a moment as well, and we will take you out to the University of Redlands football camp, the summer series for all these high school football stars to go out there, get noticed, maybe get a scholarship on the spot. We'll hear from U of R head coach Jim Good. We also have Chris DeBose, star running back for Liberty High School. He'll join us. And we got highlights from the Inland Empire All-Star Boys Volleyball match at Arrowhead Christian. So that'll be a little bit later in the show. But something I want to put out there for you guys, so if you're a soccer fan, you might want to know about this. Coming up, beginning on Friday, I will have World Cup recap updates on KCAL 96.7 FM and COLA 99.9. So those will be every weekday at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So if you listen to KCAL or COLA and you like soccer, you want to know what's going on in the World Cup, the final scores, the upcoming matches, the big storylines, check me out on KCAL and COLA for your World Cup recap. That's every weekday, not weekends, just weekdays at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So very excited to get on the radio dial and bring you guys up to date on the World Cup each weekday on COLA 99.9 and KCAL 96.7 FM. All right, let's jump into the good stuff now. We got some great interviews coming your way. We're going to start with Braelyn Combe from Santiago, bringing home 3 state championships from the CIF state meet up in Clovis, including, well, also, I should say, in addition, helping her team, the Sharks, get second place in the state as a team. So without further ado, the one and only Braelyn Combe right now on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports. And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. She is a multi-CIF state champion, and of course, Braelyn Combe from Santiago joined us here on the program. And Braelyn, of course, we want to talk about the CIF State Championships. You had 3, what was it, like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago it was now. But at first, I want to ask you, did you get a chance to even enjoy them? Because you went right off to, I guess it was nationals, right? Like right after the CIF State meet.
Honestly, I didn't get much of a chance to celebrate between the events either. I think I got to relish in the moment kind of after, just for a couple days there, but like immediately after the mile, I'm trying to just maximize recovery as much as possible. Kiara, that got second in the mile, was also doubling back in the 3200, and obviously I had 2 more races to run. So we were on the infield waiting for them to put us on the podium, running laps as our cool down, just trying to anything we can do to stay ready for the next event. So I think that was a lot, and also just, that started on Friday with the prelim. So I think, there wasn't much time to celebrate any of the individual events or the relay, because after the relay, we got in and out and stuff, and that was fun. Yeah. But it was just immediate, like, okay, we got to recover. The season's not over. And it was, it's so exciting though to look back and getting to celebrate, I think, with my teammates helped me kind of live in the moment a little more, and just having, we had 2 freshmen there with us actually too, because one was an alternate, and then Addie was racing the 3200. So it was really fun.
I do want to ask you about the individual titles, but the 4x800 for you guys to win the CIF state title on that, and as a team finishing second in the entire state, obviously you had a big, you were a big reason, a big part of that. But what was that like winning a state championship as a team, as a relay team, to win that event? I mean, was that pretty special?
It was so special, and I mean, we did it last year, and for me to, I think, doubling back in the 1600 and getting that one again, it didn't honestly feel as sweet the second time, but with the 4x it was even more exciting because we did it, and after a long season of just working hard and all of us fulfilling like our individual like goals in the season too as well, and I think just living it again with them, it was honestly even better the second time, which, it was just such a cool thing. We lowered our state record, so that was just really exciting. And it's kind of a hard thing, but even in my individual events, and I was telling my coach this, and my parents after the races, but I always feel like sometimes I'm kind of subconsciously leaving a little something for the 4x8 because it's the last event. And that's kind of how it's always been for me because that's just like my favorite and it's just so much fun for me. So, yeah.
Okay, so maybe you already answered this, but I'll ask you anyway. So, like, as a parent, when someone asks you, hey, do you have a favorite child? Of course you say no. Like, I love them all the same, right? You love them all the same. But the 1600...
Where's this going?
But the 1600, you defended your championship. The 800, you didn't even run in the 800 at state last year. And then the 4x800, you actually get to do it as a team. So if you had to pick a favorite, and maybe it's not fair because it's like a parent trying to pick your favorite child. So maybe it's not fair, but did you have a favorite event or did one of those championships mean a little bit more? But maybe you already answered it with the relay.
No, that's funny because now I'm imagining like if the truth of this question is that every parent has a favorite
right?
kid.
I mean, hey, maybe we have a favorite. We just don't want to say it. Maybe you do have a favorite event. You just don't want to say it.
Yeah. I think honestly, I mean, I guess how a parent would answer this question too, but every event I think had its special kind of thing for me that set it apart from the others. Obviously the 4x8 is so special in its own way because I share it with three other girls. Like it's divided among the four of us and everything's more fun when you're celebrating it with other people and you're all posting together. And we had like our grad captain gowns on after the race and we're taking pictures like that. So it was just such a fun thing. But I'd say also the mile was special because that was my first ever individual state title was last year. And even going into this year, obviously I felt like the biggest goal, the immediate goal I had at the start of the year was to defend my state title. That was like important for me. But it for sure didn't come easily for me, like at all. I struggled throughout all the CIF rounds and just constantly trying to work to get through all of that and then to try to put a fast time down at the state meet and things like that. And I didn't have the fastest time in the 1600 going into the race. So, and then the 800 obviously was special in its own way too, because that wasn't even a goal of mine at the start of the year. The goal at the start was just to defend both of those state titles. And last year and the year before, I had won CIF in the 800 and the 1600, but at Masters last year was the first time I had taken it that far. And I kind of just like my head wasn't all in it when I was racing the 800 at Masters last year. But this year I was really excited and trying to just put my best foot forward in every event and just make the most out of every race and opportunity because it's my last year. So I think the 800 was very special for me in that way because it wasn't a goal of mine. It just kind of like fell into my lap. So I was really excited about that.
So basically, you just gave me the parental answer that they're all special. You love them all the same. They're all special for their own reasons, right?
Yeah, I can't pick a favorite, but I'd say I had the most fun with the 4x8 for sure.
Okay, so walk me through like the last, let's say 2 weeks, high school graduation, getting ready for the CIF state meet. Yeah. Obviously, nationals after that. Like, what was the last 2 weeks like a blur in terms of like how much you had going on and the preparation you were, getting ready for CIF state meet. And I assume you were at graduation, you had a chance to walk, right, with your classmates and all that?
Yeah. It's honestly been so busy, but I think that's the part when I think about track, that's the part I love is how busy it is. And through some of the CIF rounds, I'm tripling and yeah, that's a really exciting thing for me. So just staying busy and competing is what I love about the sport. But state obviously was really busy. I had to get over there on Thursday and then run the prelims, and my coach did a really good job, I think, of keeping my head on like what's the word? I don't know. Keeping me focused
Like
and just
focus.
locked
In, as you guys would
Yes.
say, locked in.
Yes, and just making sure I was just taking it one race at a time. I couldn't say anything about during the 800 final on Saturday because I hadn't raced the 800 prelim yet, or hadn't even raced the 1600 prelim yet. He was just like, "You have to take it literally every single race one at a time. We're not thinking about the 4x at all yet, but that's literally the last one." And just literally strategizing for every race, like during the warm up, or even like just like a few minutes before I'm out there. You know what I mean? So just staying busy or staying focused with that, and then getting back home from state after taking it one day, one race at a time, and then graduating that Tuesday morning, and then flying out to Missouri for Hoka on Thursday night. And yeah, it was very busy. And then I think the trade-off for winning the 3 state titles, which is a really, really exciting legacy, and something I never would have thought would have been possible. But yeah, I mean, I think that we were even kind of more nervous about the 4x2 at the start of the year because we saw like other teams putting fast times down. So I knew all of those were going to be difficult, but we did it and it was so exciting. But then it was kind of on to the next and staying like ready for the next race and next trip I was doing and stuff like that. So going to Missouri and feeling the travel and the weight of the 5 races I had ran just a few days before, and it hadn't even been a week yet. I was happy with my time, but not satisfied at all. I still think that there's so much more room. I ran 4:32 full mile, and then just yesterday raced Brooks and didn't even run a PR in the 800, and I felt like I was in better shape than that. But I think at the end of the day, that's kind of the trade-off of staying busy with all those races and adding those things in, and almost, I guess, being like a little bit greedy with competing for those wins and putting myself in the best position possible to try to win these races and things like that. Yeah, it was definitely a trade-off, but I don't think I would do it differently looking back. I think I had a really fun CIF season, and then now I have time to recover for U20s. So, yeah.
Yeah, because at least the state meet, I mean, it couldn't have gone any better, right? I mean, 3 state championships. I mean, that's the dream season right there.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I will say what I kind of wanted from the mile at least was to run a faster time, but I mean, in hindsight, you're always going to think you can run a little bit faster. You're always going to find something you could have done differently, but I would have liked to have ran a faster time in the 1600 going into Hoka, because going into Hoka, I had never been more scared to run a mile in my life. It's so weird to think about how that was the only event I hadn't ran a PR in yet. Like, that was the only event pretty much that I was focused on last year. I didn't run a single 3200 last year, and I ran like just a few tactical 800s where I'm just trying to sit and kick. And so I hadn't ran like a fast time from like my own standard of like what I would have wanted in the 800 last year. But yeah, this year the only PR I hadn't ran was the 1600, which is supposed to be my main event. So that was kind of nerve-wracking going into Hoka. So yeah, I guess that's the one thing I'd change, but you're always going to say you could have ran faster.
If you were going to nitpick, I mean, most people would be like, dude, you won 3 state championships? Like, what are you complaining about, right? So,
yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this too, Braelyn. So you're signed with Arkansas, and obviously the Razorbacks are track power. But what was it about the Oh, there you are, Pig Suey, man. You're representing the Hogs right there.
Yes.
What was it though? What was it? Was it the coaches, the campus, the tradition? Was it? I mean, what was it about that program or that school that you were like, I want to run for Arkansas?
Yeah, I mean, I think this track season kind of summed up, like, I got to see and live out all the things that in my head I'm looking forward to in college, which is I went into the season with the mindset of like, I'm running for my team, and even if I'm not feeling my best at this league meet, I ran a 400 time of like 55.3, which was like a 2.5 second PR for me, I think, which is like a lot for the 400. But going into that, this I guess is like a bad example, but there were a couple 400s where I'm like, okay, this is out of my comfort zone. This isn't my event, but we need the points because we're trying to compete for like a league title or just trying to win this dual meet and things like that. And I think that's something that I look forward to in college, which is the idea that everyone kind of mutually knows what their job is and what's to be done. And we got to do so much stuff with a big team and see everyone around at the meets and things like that. And yeah, that's just so exciting for me, I think. And Arkansas definitely has that kind of thing where it's a big team. All the events are competing for the same goal of an SEC title or even an NCAA title and stuff like that. I love that kind of big team environment and team culture, and that's something that I'm really excited about. I mean, I know their cross country team is like good too, and we're gonna have a great year in cross country, but track is my favorite. Yeah, so that was something I loved on my visit, and obviously Coach Burns he's great. I'm so excited. I don't think I would have been sold on the school by itself because he's just such a great coach, and I'm really, really excited to have the opportunity to work with him. And he's had great experience and coached like really good athletes, so I'm excited.
So you got cross country in the fall, and then for track, I assume you're doing the 1600. That's your bread and butter, right? But are you going to do the 800 as well, or have they kind of discussed like their plans for you, or what that might look like?
Yeah, I mean, Arkansas's 800 standard is
it insane?
Really fast. Yes, I mean, Sanu just ran 157 at the West Regional, so they have the 4x collegiate record. They ran 816, so they're pretty stacked in the 800. And in college it drops down to a 1500. So I'm kind of already like going lower. And I think eventually in college everyone builds up in distance. And Coach Burns has had such great. He's coached like Carissa Schweizer in the 5K and 10K, and then Peyton, I don't know if you know who Peyton is, in Sydney, are like a few of the athletes like the girls he's coached in the past couple of years. They've all ran really good in the 5K. So I'm excited at the opportunity to maybe even, I don't even want to say that. Running 12 and a half laps sounds disgusting to me, but I guess I'll try it out eventually. But I mean, I loved running the 800 this year. Like I have never liked it that much, and I have confidence that my 800 time could go down a lot. And yeah, I mean, I have full trust in whatever they decide for me. I know that Coach Johnson is the one that kind of works with the 800 girls, and then Coach Burns has like helps out with the 800, and then he's like more 1500 and up. So just kind of full trust in whatever they're doing, and they work together a lot. So that's exciting. I think to have that kind of range is a good position to be in.
So the 800, the 5K, who knows?
Yeah,
or something in between, the 1500 you said. So.
Yeah, I'll probably do the 3K. I'll dabble in the 3K indoors. But yeah, I didn't at all have any confidence in my long distance until I ran 9:44 in the 3200. And that kind of scared me because I'm like, wait, I might have to be a 5K runner. And then, so that's when I kind of was like, okay, I better lock in on the 800.
Well, I don't blame you, unless you really love running, which I know you do, but, the 800 sounds a lot more fun than a 5K or a 3K for that matter.
Yeah,
so.
I agree.
Well, Braelyn, listen, congratulations on the multi-CIF State Championships. Best of luck at Arkansas, and we appreciate you taking a couple minutes to join us here on the Inland Sports Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You got it. That's Braelyn Combe from Santiago here on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports. All right, good stuff from Braelyn Combe here on the Inland Sports Show. Congratulations, Braelyn, and good luck at Arkansas. All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to talk some high school softball as the high school season just wrapped up, and we'll check in with CBU star pitcher, formerly of Riverside Poly, Miranda DeNava. That's coming up next here on the Inland Sports Show right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Bass Athletics in Corona. Driven by passion and hard work, Bass Athletics helps student athletes push their limits, compete with heart, and build the discipline to succeed in sports, school, and life. Visit bassathletics.com. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken.
And we're back here on the Inland Sports Show. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. If you're watching the show live right now or on replay, on demand, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. If you like local sports here in the IE, a lot of high school, a little bit of college, check us out, Inland Sports, also on social media. All right, next up, man, we just closed out the high school sports season for 2025-2026. In fact, the final game of the year, I'm pretty sure, I'm very confident, it was Arroyo Valley versus San Bernardino softball, the CIF SoCal Regional in Division 5. It was Saturday night at Cajon High School. I looked at all the softball games and all the baseball games across the state because they had a Northern California Regional and a Southern California Regional for all 5 divisions. And the only game going on Saturday night was Arroyo Valley and San Bernardino. So I literally think it was the last sporting event for any CIF sport to close out the season. So it was the bow on top. And it was a great game. Again, remember, Arroyo Valley beat San Bernardino 8-5 in 8 innings for the CIF Southern Section Division 8 championship. The previous Saturday in Irvine, well, the Cardinals and Hawks, they got a rematch for the SoCal Regional Division 5 title, and it did not disappoint. Inland Sports. It's our Bass Athletics play of the week because Arroyo Valley was on top 9-6 in the 6th inning when San Bernardino scored 5 runs in the frame to grab an 11-9 lead. And they would not look back. San Bernardino takes the rematch. 11-9 would be that final score to win the CIF SoCal Regional Division 5 championship. And this rivalry now with Arroyo Valley, man, what a battle between these two squads. And they've got a lot of young players on these teams, so they might be back in this same position next year. But it was a great game, both of them. CIF Southern Section, the SoCal Regional. It's a Bass Athletics Play of the Week. Congratulations to the Cardinals on that championship and to Royal Valley for their great season and their CIF Southern Section Championship. That was our Bass Athletics Play of the Week. Now, more softball right now. And what a year for the former Riverside Poly Bear, Miranda DeNava, transferred to CBU this season from Cal. And listen, you can check off a ton of stuff. A lot of boxes were checked for Miranda this year, including WAC Pitcher of the Year, single season strikeout record in the Division I era, won the WAC tournament, made it to the NCAA tournament. I mean, it was a historic year for Miranda and the team. And next year they'll be in the Big West Conference. But the expectations, the goals, they remain the same. Here's our interview with Miranda DeNava right now on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show and fresh off a trip to the NCAA tournament. It is CBU softball pitcher Miranda DeNava. And Miranda, listen, when you transferred to CBU from Cal, we were all very excited. You know, the pride of Riverside Poly coming back to Riverside. But man, to get plugged into the program, a new head coach, which I know he wasn't new to you, but a new head coach at CBU, and you guys go off and win the WAC, and you get to the NCAA tournament. I mean, when you look back on this season with the Lancers, like what are you going to think about? What are you going to remember about this past year?
Man, I mean, thinking about this past year, I mean, obviously, I'm going to remember the winning part of it, being able to make history, set all these records that we set. I mean, we set a record for pretty much everything you could think of in the softball game, in the game itself. I think looking back, like the team, just the culture that we built, starting fresh, version 1, new coaching staff, new girls, new environment, everything about it, definitely will hold a special place in my heart. Just finding, for me at least, finding my love for the game again, and everyone kind of buying into what the coaches wanted the season to be. And it really was just a memorable season.
I remember interviewing Coach Telesco before the season started, and I didn't know him, and I was kind of just getting to know him a little bit and his style of softball. And he's like, his teams, have scored a lot of runs. They always score a lot of runs. He said he got Miranda DeNava. I was like, well, that's a big deal. She's a stud in the circle. So I was like, okay, so they're gonna be okay this year. Like, I don't know, 500. Maybe they'll compete for a WAC title. It's hard to say. And then you guys go out there and just have this unbelievable season. I think you set the single season D1 strikeout record as well individually. So as a team and also individually, you had an awesome season. Could you imagine it like going any better? Like, because I mean, everything you guys were able to accomplish this year.
Obviously, we wanted to go a little bit farther than we did. Obviously, our goal was to win a regional. Which we didn't, but I think getting to that point was even like just amazing. We that was our goal at the beginning. Our goal was to win the WAC, and we did that. And then we went and we won the tournament, and then our goal was to win the regional. And I think just knowing, like, for me, my preparation, the team's preparation, knowing that we were prepared to be in these positions to win was what we did, and how we kept going throughout the season and winning.
Winning the WAC championship obviously was a big deal. In fact, I watched a bunch of those games at Tarleton State, and then when you guys played UCLA, I was going nuts. I'm like, they are going to beat the Bruins. I know, obviously, it was a great season, but in the moment, it was probably bittersweet, right? Because I mean, you had them on the ropes. Do you look back and think, oh man, we should have had them. We should have, and Fullerton for that matter too. But we should have beat UCLA in that game, right?
Yeah. I think that game in particular, like, we kind of went into it knowing, like, obviously this team, they're good. We knew they were good going into it, but we also tried to make the game small. Like, we had said at the beginning, like, our goal is to, like, play them as if they're just another team. Obviously they are another team. not really look at the name on their jersey, but kind of just play the game that we love, know that we're good enough to win that game. And obviously it didn't come down to that, but I think the season that we had really, like, it was easy to look back on the season knowing that we accomplished all the goals we wanted to, and really just take that and run with that.
And for you to come back home to Riverside and, and play Division I softball in your own backyard and have a season like you had, I mean, how rewarding was it for you? I don't know if you had family and friends like at all the home games. I mean, how fun did you have this season? I
truly just had the time of my life this season. Like, stepping onto the field in front of my home crowd, like you just said, like, I had family there every game. That was the best thing I could have asked for. That was essentially the goal when I came back here, was to kind of, like you said, play in my backyard and just like have fun. And that's really what I channeled this season. Kind of just letting loose and knowing that people were there to support me and people wanted to see me succeed, and knowing that I had that kind of support in person was really, really rewarding, and it showed through my game, and I'm really grateful for that.
So Miranda, you said playing at CBU kind of rekindled your love for the sport, for the game. Mm-hmm. Was it being able to be back home in Riverside? Was it your teammates? Was it winning? I mean, or a combination of all that stuff? What do you think it was that kind of, made you excited about softball again?
Yeah, I think it was a mixture of all of it. The environment, the school, being here with my family. I actually live at home, so it's really it's just amazing to come home and see my family every single day. The team really just, I don't think I've ever been on a team who really bought into each other as much as we did. Our team was very young. Me, myself, I was a sophomore last year, so I was one of the younger girls, and we didn't have that many upperclassmen. We had, I think, 4 seniors, and they really were able to kind of just buy into the younger classmen, and everyone just you could feel the love throughout the game, and on the field, everyone just wanted to play for each other. And that was the most rewarding part, when we would win games. And even if we didn't, I feel like we learned through those losses. We learned a lot. And I think everyone just kind of bought into each other. And that was really I just love softball. It's just amazing to play with people who want to see you win.
Looking ahead to next year, obviously you guys are making the jump to the Big West Conference, so your conference schedule will obviously look a lot different. But in terms of the goals or the expectations for next year, all the success that you guys had this season, does it feel like going into next year will be a lot different? Because this was a transition year. You were transferring to CBU. Coach Telesco was a brand new head coach. Like you said, a lot of younger classmen getting significant playing time. There was a lot of question marks, right? And now that you guys had such a great season, next year, does that get you hungrier, motivated? Hey, we can get to the NCAA tournament. We can play with teams like UCLA. Why not us? Why not make a run deep into the postseason? I mean, did it get you excited about next year?
Oh, I'm so pumped. Obviously, it's going to be a change going into a different conference, but I think it kind of just winning the WAC this year and knowing that we can make it to a regional, it kind of just gave us that confidence. We can do it. We're capable of doing it. The expectation is to win a regional next year and just go even farther than we did. So I think our team is capable, like you said, of doing that, and that's what we're gonna trust our preparation and know that we're ready to attack that head on next year.
And Miranda, finally, over the summer, do you get to shut it down for a little bit, or is it softball 24/7, 365, or do you try to take a little bit of a break now that the season just wrapped up?
Yeah, I have taken a break up to this point. Kind of got to give my arm a little bit of a rest. At the beginning of the season, I was battling a little bit of labrum issues, but I think working with my coaches and working through recovery stuff really helped me be able to pitch as much as I did. And now that we're not playing in games, I get to like rest and really focus on it even more than I did during the season. So yeah, as of right now, I get to just chill, and then later on in the summer, I'll start to work things up a little bit, get ready for fall, and then get ready for spring.
And you said you're going to do some coaching too, right, with your mom?
Yes, I'm going to be coaching. Hopefully we can go win some games.
That's awesome. Well, Miranda, congratulations on an awesome season at CBU for you and the team. Setting records, getting to the NCAA tournament. It was a historic season any way you slice it for the Lancers and for you. So thank you so much for jumping on the Inland Sports Show. We really appreciate it. And we'll have to do it again next season. Congratulations on a great year.
Let's do it. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Inland Sports.
All right, good stuff there from Miranda DeNava, the CBU softball star. All right, coming up here on the Inland Sports Show, we'll take you back out to the University of Redlands football camp. We'll check in with Bulldogs head coach Jim Good. We're also going to hear from Liberty running back Chris DeBose and some highlights from the boys volleyball Inland Empire All-Star game on Tuesday night from ACA. So all that still to come here on this edition of the Inland Sports Show, and we're back right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Bass Athletics in Corona, driven by passion and hard work, Bass Athletics helps student athletes push their limits, compete with heart, and build the discipline to succeed in sports, school, and life. Visit bassathletics.com. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken.
Inland Sports.
On Saturday, Myles Garrett threw out the first pitch for the Dodgers. And if you didn't see it, man, he brought some heat. Like, he threw it hard. This was not a ceremonial first pitch. It looked more like a tryout. Like, he was trying to get a spot on the Dodgers, man. The guy looked awesome. He wore it was a Kobe shirt with wearing a Dodgers hat. Like, so he really, he's like trying to get LA to love him right off the bat. He did the perfect thing to do it at Dodger Stadium with Kobe on the shirt, man. I think he's going to fit right into this Rams family.
And I mean, not that it says everything, but I mean, it just goes to show how good of an athlete he is. I mean,
Yes.
you know he's a great football player. And then when you watch him throw that pitch, it's like, wow, dude, some guys are just kind of good at everything. But yeah, he is ready to endear himself. And I mean, and if you're LA, why wouldn't you endear yourself to him too? It's perfect, man. You got somebody who's got a little edge to him and is ready to kick some ass and possibly help bring back Aaron Donald. This guy's the man right now, dude.
How many terrible ceremonial first pitches have we seen in Major League Baseball? They get these celebrities out here, rappers, actors, and it's just a terrible first pitch, man. Myles Garrett goes out there. I don't know. They should have clocked him. I don't know how fast he threw it, dude, but he brought some heat. Like, he threw it for real. It wasn't just like, I'm going to try to get it across the plate, man. He was bringing it.
Yeah, it can end up horribly, but if you do it well, I mean, it fires the crowd up.
Yes. Yeah. Exciting times for the Rams and the Dodgers with Myles Garrett coming on board with the Rams. And who knows, Aaron Donald might join him. The Rams are in a very good spot, obviously, as we're about, 1 month away from NFL training camp. So it's about to get real.
Not far away at all, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, football is almost here. But all right, Patrick, NBA Finals time. Who would have thunk it? The Knicks are up 2-0 on San Antonio. Game 3 is tonight at the Garden. So they took the first 2 games on the road in San Antonio. Now they got the Spurs on the ropes as they go back to the Big Apple. I'm not saying the Knicks didn't have a chance to win this, but I'm surprised that they went on the road and won the first 2 games of the series. People are saying Knicks in 4. They might be right.
I think because we saw Wembanyama playing so well, we started to, be like, wow, this kid has arrived. He's ready. But I mean, it seems like the Knicks are just more of a street fighting team, and they're physical and they're tough and they are banging this kid. And I guess, hey, if he's 7'4", if he's taller and skinny, I mean, make him work, and they're doing an amazing job. I think, at least the Spurs know for sure. I mean, they're talking sweep. There's sweep talk going on, just like you were saying, Pep. I mean, if the Knicks sweep them, wow. But they're in, they at least know they're in for a fight with the Knicks, which reminds me of the 90s Knicks.
Yeah, they were tough, man. 90s basketball was tough, but the Knicks were especially tough. Charles Oakley, right, was one of the enforcers, man. But to see the Knicks up 2-0 and Game 3 again tonight in the Garden, if they win this one, man, the Spurs are on the ropes. And I'll say this too, Wemby is probably one of the top, I would say, at least 3 players in the NBA right now, if not the best player. But the Knicks, they have a true center in Karl Anthony Towns. There's not a lot of NBA teams. They've gone to this like positionless basketball or a smaller lineup. They get up and down the floor. They put up a lot of shots. The Knicks have a true center, man, and I think it's beneficial for them going up against a team like San Antonio, where their best player is a big man in Wemby. Karl Anthony Towns is neutralizing Wembanyama.
Yeah, and that's a great point. A lot of people like to criticize Cat, but he has played really well, and that's so true. I feel like Wembanyama, he's still young. He needs to talk to Cap. He needs to talk to Kareem and develop the sky hook. It would be unbelievable. You know what I mean? He needs to do a finesse move because he's skinny, man.
Yeah, he's not going to bang around down in the post. He's 7'4", and he'll step out and shoot the 3. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many times did you see Shaq or Olajuwon or David Robinson or someone like Patrick Ewing for the Knicks? They never stepped back behind the 3-point line, man. They were down on the blocks battling every single night.
Endless Sports.
Hanging out with my boy Patrick in the morning on KCal 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday morning. Plus, with the World Cup coming up, I'll have some World Cup recaps on KCal and Cola 99.9 FM every weekday at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So if you want to stay up to date on the World Cup, you can't see every match, you can find us on the radio dial. Of course, both stations are online as well. That's KCal and Cola. World Cup recaps. I'll bring you all the action every weekday. That's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So I'm looking forward to that. Love soccer. Hope Team USA makes a good run. We're probably in the middle of the pack in terms of where we stack up with the other countries, but you never know, right? Maybe a little bit of a slice of March Madness for the Stars and Stripes, and we can make a run and maybe get out of the pool play, maybe win a knockout round game too. So we'll see. All right, so now let's go to from football. The University of Redlands football camps are going on again this week. In fact, the final one will be tomorrow night, and that is the Mega Camp. There's gonna be a bunch of Division I teams. When I say a bunch, I don't have them all in front of me. I'm going to guess like 20, at least 20, maybe more Division I programs, college football teams represented at the U of R, checking out a bunch of our top high school football players. So last week it started, it was busy. I was out there the night that the Oregon Ducks were out there. I think Utah, Fresno State, Sacramento State, Wyoming. I know I'm leaving out a bunch, but there was a bunch of them out there. Really awesome to see our local high school football players get a chance to not only get better, get coached up by these D1 programs, but also, get some exposure, maybe get a scholarship on the spot. You don't have to travel to all these different cities like Eugene and Salt Lake City and Sacramento and Fresno. They all come to us here in the IE. They all come to the U of R. So in a moment, we're going to hear from Chris DeBose, Liberty running back. But first, Jim Good, the head coach of the U of R Bulldogs, talking about these summer camps. They go for 2 weeks. Tomorrow night's the last one. I think tonight, if you're watching us, I think it's the Ivy League camp. All the Ivy League schools are here. So something for everybody. Here's Coach Good.
Inland Sports.
We talk about the philosophy of the camp. What's the philosophy of the camp? And it's to help guys get better and to help get them coached by college coaches and college coaches from all over the place. And if they're getting coached by college coaches from all over the place, it makes it a little bit easier for that evaluation to happen, close to home. We try to make it as affordable as we can for local players to be seen by, we have Wyoming was here today, Fresno State, Oregon, of course. We have Ivy League coming up here pretty soon. Cornell was here yesterday. So really there's programs from all over the country, and if a guy wanted to kind of go and get coached by all those coaches, I don't know how much that would cost with airfare and travel and everything else. So let's just do it here, and it's a great opportunity. We got great facilities, great people here, and it gives us an opportunity to show some guys our coaches, our staff, our field, our facilities. So it's really a win-win. And if they can take one or two things away from this camp and improve and build upon what their high school coaches are coaching them to do, that's a win. And that's awesome. So, not only getting better, getting evaluated, getting an opportunity to compete, it's a great day. Well, you're going to blink your eyes and it's going to be football season, just like you said. Camp season opens up the football season in a lot of ways. And congratulations, Coach Ortega, with the softball, Bulldogs softball. Unbelievable. It was such a fun run, to watch the women play. And we had a couple guys that actually travel. They have a girlfriend or two out there, so they traveled and watched a couple guys on our team. So it's just fun. I think University of Redlands, the family of our athletic department, and watching teams win, and you live vicariously through them a little bit, win a national championship. Just a great run, and congratulations to that group. And I got to mention Coach Mariani. If I don't do that, Coach Mariani is such an important part of not just our program, but the camps and registration and everything that he does. He's, as Pep, you would call him the godfather of IE recruiting in a lot of ways. And, hats off to him, our staff. And you talk about our staff and the excitement that we have for this coming season. We've got we got 3 new coaches on staff, and we're real excited about this coming year. We feel real good about the recruiting that we've had. We feel really, really good about the leadership and the returning players. I'm fired up for this coming season to start.
Inland Sports.
All right, good stuff from Coach Good from the U of R while we were out there. I know there's a lot of high school football players out there. One of them that I did run into, Chris DeBose. He is a running back for the Liberty Bison, so I know he's going to have a big year for Coach Contreras out there at Liberty. He talked about his camp experience at the U of R.
Inland Sports.
Yes, sir. I definitely feel like I benefited a lot from this, and I still have more. I have 2 more Redland camps that I'm coming to next week, and I feel like coming out here and exposing myself to other coaches, putting my school on the map, even though our school's been open only for 5 years. I'm coming out here, I'm competing, whether I'm making mistakes or not. I'm getting back up, putting my right foot forward, and I'm still going. And I'm talking to coaches, doing the best I can just to get exposed and hopefully get a D1 offer and play in the next level.
Inland Sports.
All right, awesome, Chris. Thank you for that. And speaking of running backs, right now on Sports Weekly on IEMG this week, we've got an interview with Aquinas running back Champ Brown, which is funny. The first time I met Champ in person, he was a freshman at Aquinas at a U of R camp during the summer. Now he's going to be a senior, and he's set to have a big season as well. So look for Champ Brown on Sports Weekly on IEMG this week. And finally, we just had the big Inland Empire Boys Volleyball All-Star Game at Arrowhead Christian Academy. Last night, it was the inaugural event. Huge turnout. I was surprised how good the volleyball was for our boys. In fact, I saw Coach Brandon Higa, remember the former head coach at CBU, now at UC Riverside. His son Kai plays for Woodcrest Christian. I was like, how many guys out here are actually going to play in college? It was like almost 20 of the players. So there's some really good boys volleyball talent in the IE, and it continues to grow. Big turnout, great action. Team Red beat Team Blue in 3 straight, but everyone had a good time. Here's some of the highlights and a pretty cool song to go with it from the Boys Volleyball Inland Empire All-Star Game.
Inland Sports.
Long drives up from every town. Gym doors open, lights go down. Senior class with a fearless frame. Every point they call their name. Sweat on brows and grit in stride. No soft hands in this crowd tonight. San Bernardino, Riverside. Every swing is school pride. Set it up, don't blink now. Feel that roar, shake the bleachers out. One more touch, one more lift. Watch them rise, watch them live. Empire above the net, empire above the net. Hard hit, all heart, make your school proud. Empire above the net, empire above the net. Fly for the block and send it down. From the Inland Empire floor to the top of every scoreboard. Seniors lead and the whole gym knows this is what it's like when the family shows. Empire above the net, empire above the net. Hard hit, all heart, make your school proud. Empire above the net, empire above the net. Fly for the block and send it down. Empire above the net, empire above the net. Playing hard, standing tall, they get it all.
Inland Sports.
All right, everyone had a good time. Shout out to Coach Jonathan Rutz from ACA. Good to see him. Ronnie Cruz did a good job putting this whole thing together. So good job out there. A lot of great action at the Boys Volleyball Inland Empire All-Star Game. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Inland Sports Show. Make sure you give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and also follow along on social media. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Some stuff ends up on social media, but not the show, but there's a lot of stuff that ends up on the show, but not on our social media platform. So make sure you do both. Watch the show and follow along on social media. And again, if you are a local business and you'd like to help us share the positive sports stories here in the IE and promote your brand here on the show, we'd love to hear from you. inlandsportshow@gmail.com is the email address. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Good night.